Lancaster, California, I'm Joseph.
And I'm Angel.
This week in our city, an in-studio interview with District Director for Senator Scott Wilk, Donna Hill, who speaks with us about her involvement in the community, a highlight of the city's after-school enrichment centers for the upcoming school year, a recap of the 2023 season of Cool Summer Nights, and how the Lancaster Community Center fosters digital inclusivity with their computer lab.
Followed by a highlight of local winery Barrett Cellars, the skate park at Jane Reynolds Park, the local spot for axe throwing, N Dagger, and an exciting escape room for family and friends to experience together, The Greatest Escape.
Welcome to L28 News. First up, we bring you an in-studio conversation with someone who wears multiple hats of distinction in our community. As the newly appointed District Director for Senator Scott Wilk, Donna Hill has been involved in various initiatives aimed at serving our local community. She shares her experiences, challenges, and successes in this role. And for those aspiring to make a difference in local politics, Hill also shares valuable insights and advice to those looking to actively participate in shaping the future of their communities. But Donna's dedication doesn't stop there. We also learn about Donna's contribution to the Lancaster Museum and Public Art Foundation and their work to preserve and promote art and history in our region. Beyond her political and cultural engagements, Donna founded the nonprofit organization Mom's House. We delved into the story behind Mom's House and how Donna's passion for elder care led her to create such an impactful community resource. Here's our conversation with Donna Hill.
Welcome back. We're joined today by a very special guest. She's the executive director and founder of the nonprofit organization Mom's House, director on the board of the Lancaster Museum and Public Art Foundation, the new chair for Antelope Valley Chamber of Commerce, and the executive secretary for the E&E Love Foundation. She is also the district director for Senator Scott Wilk. Welcome to our L28 studio, Donna Hill. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to talk with you. So I wanted to start off just talking a little bit about Mom's House. Where did you get the passion to invest and get involved in elderly care?
So Mom's House is a nonprofit in tribute to my mom, who passed in 2009.
My condolences.
Altercations from multiple sclerosis. So she actually died of pneumonia, but it was from the MS. And so being an only child, I had always pledged to take care of her, never put her in a senior facility, never put her in a nursing home, that kind of thing. But she got so sick that I actually had to put her in a nursing facility. Broke my heart. However, while I was there, I noticed all the other left behind seniors. Folks just parked, because they weren't convenient anymore. And so when she passed, I made it my goal to make sure that as few seniors as possible have that experience.
That is such an awesome mission that you have. And I love that you recognize there was a gap in care and the quality of care for elderly people in our community. And you sought to fill that gap. What is the inspiration behind why you're so involved in the community?
So many things are local. We worry about the global effects of things, and then we forget that, like, our mayor lives right here, or right. You might wander into a council member, at the local fair, So it behooves us to be more locally minded. We are in a global society, so everything matters. But if you want to worry about what happens today in the place that you live in, then you have to affect that place. And those people are here.
So how did it come to be that you were appointed as district director, and how has your experience in this new role been so far?
So I know I mentioned a lot of spirit-led, so this is nothing but God, because literally I had no clue how to apply for this job. So when I was out in the field with Mom's House, one day we were at the AV Chambers flea market, and I have a senior praise dance team. It's inactive right now, but we had it then, and they were performing. And I don't know if you've dealt with too many seniors, but they can be a little gangsterish. So they kind of gangstered me into dancing. I wasn't supposed to be dancing, so I was up on the stage dancing with them. And then the DJ handed me the mic. Well, nonprofit owner, don't hand us the mic. And so I got up there and I made my little pitch. I introduced the ladies. We did the whole nonprofit thing, and then I looked out, and Senator and the director at the time were out there looking at me, and I was like, okay, well, who are these dudes, and what are they, what are they looking at? Surely it's not my stellar dancing skills. And so maybe a couple weeks later, the director called me up and said, hey, can we have a meeting? Well, once again, nonprofit owner popped up, and I was like, sure. I had no idea what he wanted,
Wow.
So we had this meeting, and he offered me a job, and it's just, how often does that happen?
Right.
I've been alive a long time, and I've never just been called and offered a job. And so this is, and I say this all the time, best job ever. So I got hired as field representative, and I did that from 2017 to last year.
Okay.
And best job ever. You get to, because field reps have focus areas. Basically, normally you get hired for whatever it is that you already know. So at this time, I was working in nonprofits with seniors, African American community, and these are holes that they had in their outreach. So they brought me into that. But then once you get there and you get out in the community, you find some other things to plug yourself into. So where else could you just do the things that you do anyway and get paid? When I mentioned that we should be more community minded, or local instead of global, your legislative offices are literally where you go for that.
Right.
And I mean all of them, the mayor's office, we have congressman's office, council members, assemblymen and senators. They all have offices here. And these are the people who literally know what your problems are.
Right.
And we get so hung up on partisanship. These offices are nonpartisan. We are literally the customer service branch of politics. So
I like that.
Yeah. So we're there to make sure that you get what you need. We're the ear for you. If you have something to say, you want the senator to know. He is in Sacramento a lot, but he comes to in district. But we talk to him all the time.
And absolutely. And so with your experience with local politics over the years, if there was someone interested in getting more involved and acting more local, what advice would you give them?
So I would say just reach out. So all of the offices have internship programs. So if you're a youngster and you want to, or any high school, college student, and you just want to kind of get your feet wet and see what's going on, you can volunteer at the local offices. If you really get excited about life, then you can they all have fellowships, because the internships are not paid, but the fellowships, they're actually in Sacramento or Washington or wherever you are, but ours is in Sacramento. Those are paid. If I'm at my day job, though, then they actually want something. You just have to figure out what that is. Right. So I would say the best way to get involved is to actually get involved.
I love that.
Yeah, and know what you want and be polite. Okay.
That is sound advice.
Yeah.
That is sound advice. And I love it. Basically, the opportunities are out there, right?
Absolutely.
You got to put yourself out there and get involved.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Well, Donna, thank you so much for sitting down and speaking with us today. It's a pleasure talking with you. You're a wealth of information, and we just want to thank you for your commitment to service in a multitude of different ways.
Well, thank you. I'm going to thank L28. You guys have popped up at a few of my events. I appreciate it. I didn't even have to call and beg. And I also I would be remiss if I didn't thank City of Lancaster for all the awesome things that they just kind of help. They kind of help us do. Like I said, we are, as Mom's House, we are a smaller nonprofit, so it's not like I'm expecting, you to pump $1.5 million, but they are literally giving locations, giving resources, giving, access to things like L28. And so Lancaster is absolutely my favorite place to be. So thank you.
I love that. And on that note, it's always a pleasure speaking with you. It's a pleasure having you in our studio, Donna.
Awesome.
To everyone at home, thank you for watching.
Donna Hill is truly a trailblazer whose contributions to our community continue to come into play in meaningful ways. Her journey and insights are a testament to the fact that it's possible to make the world a better place, starting right here in our own backyard.
As the 2023 school year quickly approaches, there's no better time to think about how you can help your child thrive in the classroom. One of the best ways to give them that extra academic support is by joining one of the many after-school enrichment centers here in our very own city of Lancaster, as they have been recently garnering significant attention for their exceptional contribution to the educational and personal development of rising students. These programs, which are offered at Nancy Corey, Sundown, Valley View, and Westwind Elementary, have been hailed as vital resources for local students seeking a stimulating after-school environment. The centers provide a myriad of benefits, including peer interactions, homework assistance, and recreational activities outside of the classroom, such as group games and sports, making them a cornerstone of the city's commitment to fostering a brighter future for its youth. One of the key benefits of these after-school enrichment centers is their emphasis on creating a safe and interactive space for students to spend their afternoons productively. With the program running until 6 p.m. from Monday to Friday, the participating centers ensure that students have access to valuable learning opportunities beyond regular school hours. By bringing children together from various schools, these centers also facilitate and, more importantly, encourage social interaction, which helps students build lasting friendships and develop crucial social skills. This fosters an environment where students can explore their interests and passions with the support of experienced individuals who genuinely care about their growth. The positive influence of these mentors often extends beyond the program's duration, leaving a lasting impact on the lives of the students they engage with. Another key takeaway of the after-school enrichment centers is the homework and academic assistance that students receive. Recreation leaders assist in clarifying concepts and help with their assignments, ensuring that they stay on track with their studies. This additional reinforcement can significantly improve students' academic performance, boost their confidence, and instill a love for learning. Moreover, the inclusion of games and sports in the program promotes physical activity and a healthy lifestyle amongst the students. By encouraging regular exercise and active play, these enrichment centers play a vital role in combating sedentary habits and promoting the overall well-being of your child. The after-school enrichment centers have become increasingly accessible to the community with easy enrollment options. Parents can register their children online, over the phone, or at the Lancaster Municipal Stadium. Program fees are billed monthly, and the city offers multiple payment options to accommodate varying preferences. So if you're looking for the perfect after-school program for your child this upcoming school year, then sign up now at one of the 4 Lancaster enrichment centers. As the city continues to invest in the future of its youth through these enriching opportunities, it undoubtedly paves the way for a promising and successful generation ahead. For more information or any inquiries, interested parties can contact 661-723-6077. And as always, stay tuned to L28 for everything happening in and around the city of Lancaster. Don't go anywhere. When we return from the break, we'll be covering a recap of Cool Summer Nights 2023, which invited the community out to various parks across the city for an evening of music, games, and good times, as well as the LCC's Computer Lab, which brings access to the internet right to your fingertips.
Welcome back to L28. Next, we'll be focusing on the city's Cool Summer Nights events, where we saw friends and families come together as a community for an evening of fun, as well as a visit from our very own mayor, R. Rex Paris, followed by a report on why having access to the internet has become a necessity and what the city is doing to guarantee access to everyone, right here on L28 News. Throughout June and July, the city of Lancaster hosted this year's eagerly awaited Cool Summer Nights. For 5 consecutive weeks, residents retreated to themed festivities at various parks around the city, highlighting the beauty and significance of our parks in celebration of Parks Make Life Better Month. Every Wednesday from 4 to 7 p.m., Lancaster residents were invited to participate in the free themed events. Each week had a unique theme, making every event an unforgettable experience for attendees of all ages. The celebration kicked off with Skate Night at Jane Reynolds Park, where skaters of all ages showcased their skills and tricks together. Families and friends cheered on the participants while enjoying delicious treats from food vendors and grooving to live music. Children enjoyed arts and crafts activities and an entire village of bounce houses. Nearby, skaters competed in a game of skate, and the winner was awarded a brand new complete skateboard. Lamont from ATM Skate Club was one of the organizers of the event and handed out the free skateboards and prizes to participating residents. Let's hear what he had to say about the action-packed event.
Yeah, so we're giving back away to the community, merchandise, stickers, prizes, skateboards, and a good time. We got jumpers out here for the children, food trucks, vendors, just trying to bring the community together and show that there is different advantages and different avenues that the kids could take. I want to give back to my community. I want to give resources back to people that may not be aware of resources. So ATM is a music group, Skate Squad is a skateboarding company. I bring them together to bring back and give back to the community, music and skateboarding wise. Had to be just the city of Lancaster really shining its light on us, man. That's the best part for me, really. Most important part for me is just having our city be a part of our engagement. Get ready for us to be at Dry Town with the city of Lancaster and AV Cuff.
Next up was a nostalgic blast from the past with 80s Night at Terra Bonita Park, complete with retro music, neon lights, and fun games and activities. Attendees donned their best 80s outfit and danced the evening away to hits from the era played by the two DJs in attendance. The highlight of the evening came with a surprise visit from Mayor R. Rex Paris, who not only embraced the nostalgic atmosphere, but also took the opportunity to interact with the community, emphasizing the significance of parks in shaping a vibrant and healthy city. Our correspondent Brianna Herrera was at Terra Bonita Park and had the opportunity to catch up with Mayor Paris for an interview. Let's take a closer look at the conversation as they discuss the significance of the event, the importance of parks in the city, and even some fun 80s trivia for the mayor.
I find people's lives, their lives improve dramatically when they're involved in the community. I think it's how God made us, you know? And what happens is because of modern day stuff, we isolate and isolate and isolate, you know? But this is where the joy is. I hope more people come out. You know? The kids, I mean, the kids are, hey. Did you make that for me? What? Someone else did.
Yeah.
Tell them thank you very much. I mean, how cool is that? I mean, is that cool or what? Made my day.
For any of the community members out there who maybe haven't attended an event like this or any city event at all, what would you say to them?
I think there's some obstacles to people coming because there's a certain fear level. Because if you don't know everybody, you're always afraid of strangers. But what we're finding at these events is they're the most peaceful, fun group of people. And you meet new people rapidly, like what you just saw, I mean, that's really the spirit of community. You owe it to yourself to come try it. And I think you'll be surprised. But we have almost zero incidents. And any incidents we do have are so minor, they don't even come to my attention. So, and there's something interesting about the food, There's something that just makes it taste better.
Yeah, now you're talking my language.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to jump to now 80s questions. Ooh, so is there any pop culture trend from the 80s that maybe comes to mind when you think of it?
Yeah, it was a very unique time. It was time of disco, right? Yeah. That was big. Arnold Schwarzenegger was big, I mean, he was one of my heroes, and I'd go to the gym and I'd work and it was useless. Yeah.
And you can never get those results, huh? Unrealistic. Hollywood.
No one was ever going to mistake me for Arnold. Yeah.
But one can dream.
Right, but that was big. I mean, there was a whole slew of us that, that was who we wanted to be.
Okay, so what was the top grossing film of all of the 80s? Do you know? Can you have a guess?
I am. I'm getting there. Star Wars.
Oh, good guess. Good guess. But it's actually not. It is E.T. Yeah. And the second is Indiana Jones, surprisingly. But I thought it would be Star Wars.
Indiana Jones was up there, but I would have thought Star Wars.
Yeah.
Mainly because I waited in line for 4 hours to see Star Wars.
Did you dress up, though?
No, you didn't do that back then. I know this
Yeah.
is when it first came out.
Not even by the second movie?
You know, we were in awe. Remember the opening credits? How they, that was like, wow.
Brianna also spoke with George Monroy, a supervisor for the city's community services, who was instrumental in the planning and execution of the event. George tells us what it took to make those cool summer nights possible and takes a stab of his own at 80s themed trivia. Let's check it out.
Yeah, so the planning actually started a few months ago, and definitely just getting the team to the table, seeing what needs there are in the community, and, just wanting to make it fun and put a lot of elements into it that we think that the public would come out for.
And then what about the 80s theme in particular? That's tonight's theme. So how did you come up with the decision for that?
Well, I don't know if this is an arguable decision, but 80s music is just popular. Everybody loves 80s music. And there's just so many good songs in the 80s. So definitely got to bring out the 80s music, get everybody moving.
Can you name one popular candy or one of the top 10 popular candies from the 80s?
Reese's?
Nope, not Reese's. Nope. You were close. Twix was one of them. It's kind of close, but that was a good guess. That was a really good guess. I'm actually surprised that it's not on there, huh?
It should be on there. Yeah, it definitely should be on there. I'm surprised too. I'm going to go look at that.
Yeah. He's like, let me fact check real quick. All right, well, thank you so much, George. We really appreciate you giving us your time and then just explaining the process behind all of this.
Well, thank you so much. And I'm glad everybody's having a good time. Come out to the parks. Parks make life better.
The following weeks continued to impress with Groovy Night, which brought the 70s vibes to El Dorado Park. Attendees embraced the spirit of the event, dancing and rollerblading to disco tunes. Water Fun Night provided much-needed relief from the summer heat with water balloons, slides, a foam party, and water games that kept everyone refreshed and entertained. The final week was marked by Festival Night, complete with food trucks serving a variety of delicious treats, live music entertaining the crowd, and an array of family-friendly activities for all to enjoy. Cool Summer Nights was more than just a series of themed events. It reminded us of the power of parks and community recreation and bringing people together. The celebration highlighted how these green spaces play a crucial role in promoting physical and mental well-being, social interaction, and the overall quality of life for Lancaster residents.
Open Technology Institute and the Digital Equity Coalition have argued that having access to the internet is becoming a necessity in terms of modern education. When schools turned to remote learning in 2020, students without access to the internet could not attend school. This turned what was once an education gap into a chasm, as students who had little to no access to the internet were found to be less likely to retain the information presented to them, and also face challenges in terms of completing assignments and conducting research. I stopped by the Lancaster Community Center's Computer Lab to learn how the city is working towards ensuring that everyone has access to the internet and how free resources like the Computer Lab benefit the community. Let's take a look. As technology continues to advance and we enter a new digital era, the internet is an essential resource that's needed, but one that not many people have access to. In a survey done by USC, they found that 19% of homes in Los Angeles County are under or unconnected. That's approximately 416,000 homes county-wide. Lancaster's Community Center is working hard to bridge that gap and close the digital divide with their Computer Lab, a free resource that allows access to the internet for residents and visitors alike.
It's important for our communities to have resources like free computer labs and all of that kind of stuff, because if we do not, then we're asking people to have internet access to live a normal life, but we're also not providing means for them to have that internet access.
Accessibility to the internet is important because it's not just students who are impacted. With much of the world taking a paperless approach, those seeking job opportunities, filling out medical forms, and applications for housing that are online are also impacted.
lot of job applications are like online now. It's not like you can just go in and turn in a paper application as much anymore. A lot of other, just in general, a lot of applications, for like free housing, free food, stuff like that. A lot of that is generally online now. So having access to that, I feel like just helps people a lot.
I feel it's important for everyone to have access to the internet because we live in an age that's consistently and more and more each day dependent on the internet. And when the internet is not a free service provided to everybody, it makes it very difficult for anyone from young to old to be able to do anything, from job interviews to applying to school to applying for housing loans to anything. So I think that the more that we can get free internet out, the more it'll help just all of society in general.
The computer lab at the Lancaster Community Center isn't only used to provide access to the internet, it also provides hands-on classes and workshops designed to educate the youth about the continuously evolving world of technology.
Well, I think the LCC provides a lot of really great services to us. There have been so many great classes like the one we're teaching now, which is just kind of helping kids to build computers, which I think is going to be a skill that will never not be needed, especially going forward the next few decades.
So if you or someone you know are disconnected from the internet, stop by the Lancaster Community Center to access their computer lab during their hours of operation, which can be found on the city's website, cityoflancasterca.gov.
You know what, Angel? I'm in between a millennial and a Gen X. And so when I was growing up, I didn't really have like the internet and Wi-Fi experience for school. How was your experience? How has the internet shaped your learning experience?
I feel like definitely, as mentioned in the report, when schools turned to remote learning in 2020, I was a freshman or sophomore in college. And so after that, everything was online. And so if you didn't have access to the internet, like I mentioned, you literally couldn't go to class unless you stopped by somewhere that had access to the internet. But even then, it would either be spotty connection or you still wouldn't be able to dial in good, which is why I really love that the LCC has that computer lab where the Wi-Fi is really good. It's great internet access. And I mean, you can do a plethora of things from job applications to doing homework to looking up housing programs. It's a one-stop shop for everything that you could possibly need for the internet.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. When we return from the break, L28 will be bringing you coverage of one of Lancaster's wineries, Barrett Cellars, who serve up tasty eats and superb varietals over on New Grove Street, along with a visit to Jane Reynolds Skate Park, one of the premier spots for skating in the Antelope Valley.
Thank you for tuning into L28. Next, the team will be talking about Barrett Cellars, a family-owned winery here in the city, and a closer look at how the Jane Reynolds Skate Park is benefiting local residents. A contributor to the thriving wine scene here in Lancaster is Barrett Cellars. Born from the relentless dream of owner John Barrett, the winery promises to offer patrons a private club-like experience complete with delectable cuisine, art, music, and much more. John Barrett found his calling at the Santa Barbara Fall Harvest Festival, where it became apparent to him that people from all walks of life could gather as a community to enjoy great wine and food together. This would prompt him to take dozens of classes on subjects varying from geographical advantages of wine regions, sensory classes, tastings, and proper food pairings to further connect himself to the world of wine. Today, it's not only the great varietals of wine that Barrett Cellars offer, but their dedication to culinary excellence can be experienced with their forage menu, or what they call their farm-to-table eats. This menu has small plates, including a caprese salad served with toasted bread, to add a satisfying crunch to the tomatoes, basil, and mozzarella cheese that melts in your mouth with every bite. They've also got Spanish albondigas, beef and lamb meatballs that sit atop saffron rice that's finished off with a mild-spiced chili sauce. And perfect for sharing is their charcuterie plate and forage pizza that comes with their choice of pepperoni, mushroom, cheese, or a supreme veggie mix. Barrett Cellars is more than just a winery. It is a symbol of perseverance, passion, and a testament of turning one's dreams into reality. As it continues to cement its place in Lancaster, the winery stands tall, offering a glimpse into the bright future of the Antelope Valley's wine culture. To see their entire menu and view their hours of operation, visit their website, barrettcellars.com, or call 661-946-3901.
You know, Joe, who would have thought that at one point in time, the AV was a prominent wine region that thrived with vineyards?
Yes, I mean, no longer you have to venture out to Sonoma County or even to Tehachapi. You can get that wine experience here locally in Lancaster.
I agree, and it just goes to show it's a further testament to how much work these local wineries are putting in to be able to bring their unique blends and varietals to the community. Because being in the high desert, you know, it might be hard to take care of vegetation, especially if your crops aren't drought resistant. So I think it's huge.
Very huge.
We will now be heading to Jane Reynolds Skate Park, where our reporter in the field, Jacobo Garrido, gives us a closer look at how skate parks in low-income areas can be beneficial to the local youth. Take it away, Jacobo.
I'm reporting to you live from Jane Reynolds Skate Park, where I'm standing in the middle of a pool, and it's super hot out here today in Lancaster. But this pool isn't filled with water. But in a few hours, this pool will be filled to the brim with skateboarders. In a groundbreaking initiative to uplift the community and provide a safe haven for at-risk youth, the Jane Reynolds Skate Park has become a beacon of hope in the heart of the city. This state-of-the-art skate park has continued to transform lives while also offering a unique avenue for personal growth and athletic ability. Built with the collaboration of local government, private donors, and community organizations, the Jane Reynolds Skate Park officially finished construction back in 2020. Since then, it has quickly become a popular hotspot for local youth looking to escape the clutches of gang activity and substance abuse. The Lancaster Skate Park features over 16,000 square feet of concrete landscape, creating the perfect environment for athletes of all skill types, including a street plaza, flow bowl, and a backyard pool-style peanut bowl for free skate. The park was built and designed by SoCal-based company Spoon Ranch Skate Parks, which has currently constructed over 100 skate parks across the country. Community leaders and experts alike have praised the skate park's influence on the area's youth. A study conducted by local university revealed that skate parks in low-income neighborhoods offer a vital outlet for at-risk youth to channel their energy positively. It promotes physical activity, encourages creativity, and fosters a sense of camaraderie among individuals. With its growing success, the Jane Reynolds Skate Park has become a model for other communities seeking to uplift their at-risk youth. City officials and community organizers from various regions have visited the park, exploring the possibility of replicating the positive outcomes in their own neighborhoods. As the sun sets on yet another day of excitement and growth at the Jane Reynolds Skate Park, it stands as a testament to the profound impact that skate parks in low-income areas can have on at-risk youth, giving them a chance to redefine their future and creating a brighter tomorrow for the entire community. This was Jacobo Garrido with L28 News.
Thank you, Jacobo, for highlighting what can only be described as a staple for the skate community here in the Antelope Valley.
Wow, Angel. So Jane Reynolds Skate Park, you know, I mean, growing up here in Lancaster, I remember going to Jane Reynolds Park and actually taking karate lessons in their activity center, and, you know, being at every organizational event. It hosted so many of those things, and what a great park.
I'm glad you bring that up because it shows the progression that the park has had from in the past being a staple in the community for programs and classes, things of that nature, and then still continuing to be a staple in the community now for a reimagined skate park. It's really awesome that there are parks like this in Lancaster that allow people to come together in a shared space and enjoy the vibe.
Absolutely. And I mean, driving around town, I mean, I've seen skaters as late as 9 o'clock. They're trying to perfect their craft. So shout outs to all the skaters trying to grind it out, literally.
Thank you for joining us today. When we come back from the break, today's episode will be concluding with coverage of 2 exciting entertainment options here in the city, Axe and Dagger and The Greatest Escape.
Thanks for tuning in to L28. We'll be ending today's episode with Axe and Dagger, a place that allows you to safely throw axes for fun and create lasting memories with friends and family, along with The Greatest Escape, which puts your wit and problem-solving skills to the test through a variety of stimulating escape rooms. For residents of Lancaster looking for something to do on a night out or looking for a new hobby, look no further than Axe and Dagger, which provides the community with a unique and exhilarating experience like no other. Founded with a mission to bring top quality entertainment to the region, this axe throwing establishment has quickly become a favorite pastime for locals and visitors alike. What sets Axe and Dagger apart from conventional entertainment options is the call to action that it imposes on participants. The establishment challenges you to hit a bullseye, an exhilarating experience which switches out tiny darts for full-sized axes. Axe and Dagger creates a friendly and inclusive environment and welcomes parties for family gatherings, corporate team-building events, and celebrations of all kinds. Located on 2330 Mall Loop Road, Axe and Dagger offers an adrenaline-pumping activity suitable for friends and families of all ages. With a strong emphasis on safety and welcoming atmosphere, the venue ensures that guests can enjoy the thrill of axe throwing in a secure and exciting environment. Their experienced staff are committed to guiding enthusiasts through the art of axe throwing, making it accessible even to beginners. This includes Throwing the Dart, their blacklight axe throwing activity available during the weekends. Angel Stephenson spoke with the management about the inspiration behind the opening up shop here in Lancaster and why axe throwing can be a fun and unique experience for people of all ages. We also talk about their early beginnings and what got them into a sport like this. They also talk about their memberships offered and special events that they host throughout the year. Let's head to Axe and Dagger for more. Take it away, Angel.
So, for viewers who are curious, what made you open up shop here in Lancaster?
So a lot of this started with there was just nowhere to go through axes. My wife and I saw the 2017 World Championships, and back in April of 2018, we wanted to go try it. And we looked it up. Closest places were San Diego, San Francisco, and Las Vegas. Waited about 4 months later, looked it up again, still nothing closer. It started out with me just jokingly saying, hey, let's open up our own place. And after about a week and a half of that, we realized that we could possibly do it. So we looked into it, and this is where we are 5 years later. So early beginnings, we had no idea what we were doing. We went axe throwing for the first time in December of 2018, where we had secured the lease on here in November of 2018. So we'd already made the full 2-foot dive into the water and hadn't even tried it out yet. After that first throwing experience, we were a little shaky. We didn't do as well as we had hoped. But then we ended up going to another facility out in Las Vegas a couple months later, and they really took us under their wings. They really helped us out, taught us a lot of things, not just on the throwing side, but sort of how to help manage the business as well. And then even beyond that, we have all of our throwing lanes here today. We use full competitive target boards now. That's not what we started with. We started with just something you'd buy off the shelf at Home Depot. So making the big transitions from that as we learned going along was really eye-opening for us and really has taught us a lot about the sport, and we try and share that with as many new facilities as we can. So one of the great things about our sport is there's no divisions really between genders or ages or anything like that. We only recently went to a pro division and the other throwers, but everybody still throws together. So there's no divides. We've had throwers in our facility, our youngest age is 10. But we've been to tournaments. I believe we were just up in Spokane, and I believe there was a 6-year-old throwing. We've also had people all the way up to 90 years old in here throwing. We have had people in wheelchairs. We've had people that are blind. It's really a sport that, with a little bit of practice, anybody can participate in.
I mean, for people who are curious, are there memberships offered here at Axe and Dagger, and do you host any special events throughout the year?
Yes, so we do have memberships. We have a membership program. It's $10 a month. It gets you $5 off each time you come in. It's not designed to break the bank, but if you really start coming in more than 2 times a month, it really starts to pay for itself. As well, it gets you 10% off merchandise. So if you're looking to buy that first axe, some of our competition axes go upwards of $100, so it pretty much pays for itself on that first purchase. And then beyond that, like I was saying with competitive axes, we do host leagues and occasionally tournaments. We host leagues in accordance with the World Axe Throwing League, as well as the World Knife Throwing League. So we hold different disciplines. They're usually Sunday mornings, Tuesday nights. We compete for 8 weeks, and that's our league season. During that season, you throw all of your matches, and you do get ranked globally. So all of our scores are submitted up. You can see how you're competing against other people, whether they be around the corner or across the country. We're on Facebook, Instagram. Those are our two most active. We're trying to pick up on all the other ones as well. But we really stay up to date on Facebook and Instagram.
One of the primary reasons why axe throwing at Axe and Dagger is a fantastic way to spend time with loved ones is the sense of camaraderie it fosters. Friends and family can bond over the challenge of hitting the target and create memories that'll last a lifetime as they experience the joy of achieving bullseyes together. Due to the overwhelming popularity of this exhilarating activity, Axe and Dagger recommends making reservations in advance to secure your spot. By planning ahead, you can ensure that you and your party don't miss out on this captivating adventure. If you'd like to make a reservation to try your hand at throwing axes, give them a call at 661-582-6111 or visit their website, axeanddagger.com, to see the hours of operations. And for all the latest news and happenings, give them a follow on Instagram at Axe and Dagger. So, Angel, I got an axe to grind with you. How come L28 hasn't gone to Axe and Dagger yet?
That's because there's actually no reason. We should definitely go. We should do the throw in the dark. For one thing, I could hit a bullseye. I don't know. I don't mean to toot my own horn or nothing, but what about you?
So you're really comfortable with throwing an axe?
Oh, I've never done it before, but I'm just confident in my skill set and abilities.
Okay.
If you love challenging puzzles and are looking for a new, fun, and engaging family-friendly activity, then you're in luck, as Lancaster's Greatest Escape makes for the perfect night out on the town. They offer one-of-a-kind experiences in the form of different escape room adventures which vary in difficulty. Located at 44820 10th Street West in Suite 103, Greatest Escape is one of the only escape rooms in the Antelope Valley. For our viewers who may be unaware, who have not yet experienced an escape room for themselves, they're a thrilling adventure that challenges participants' problem-solving skills and teamwork capabilities. Escape rooms have become the latest trend in entertainment, as these immersive experiences lock participants in intricately themed rooms, filled with puzzles, codes, and hidden clues. It also grants them a limited amount of time to decipher the mysteries needed to escape. Combining elements of mystery, excitement, and camaraderie, escape rooms have quickly captivated people of all ages, providing a unique opportunity to test their wits while experiencing the thrill of an unraveling storyline and plot. If the thought of an escape room seems stressful or intimidating, don't fear, as the rooms themselves are specifically designed to stimulate fun activities perfect for team building and spending time with family, friends, or even coworkers. Something that sets the Greatest Escape apart from other escape rooms is that they offer not only one, but 3 different rooms to choose from. All 3 different rooms vary in difficulty and intensity while maintaining unique background stories and lore. For this reason, it's encouraged to try your luck first on the easier rooms, that is, unless you've had prior experience. In that case, the more difficult rooms might be the way to go. The first of the 3 escape rooms that we'll be covering is Jailbreak. What starts out as a normal vacation results in unlawful imprisonment. Jailbreak features a jail and a warden's office that requires solving puzzles on both sides of the jail bars to be pieced together by participants in order to escape. It's a race against time as you fight to free yourself from being imprisoned for the rest of your fictional game life. The next room is the Apartment, which is slightly more intense and is geared towards those who don't mind being scared. In this room, you've been lured into a fictional serial killer's apartment, and it's up to you to find all the clues in order to escape. But beware, you've only got 60 minutes, and he's got his eyes on you. And last but not least is Beyond the Wardrobe, serving as the final room that has a family-friendly feel to it. It's a magical world complete with mythical beasts and talking animals that are a part of your challenge. Each room has a 60-minute time limit. As with any escape room, you get an allotted amount of hints in case you get stuck, need some assistance, or clarification in a pinch. To book your escape room experience, get more information about availability, or to learn more about each room, visit greatestescape.us. So, Joe, have you ever tried your hand at an escape room?
Other than like living with my parents, but no, I have not yet ventured into the realm of escape rooms. You described on your report those 3 rooms. Have you actually experienced that before? Or?
I did Jailbreak with a group of friends, and we did the apartment with that same group of friends. Beyond the Wardrobe is the one room that I'm like, I don't know.
Why? It seems like don't want to escape that room, right? Or you just want to stay in there? Or is it the talking animals?
Yeah, it's a little scary.
Talking animals?
Just a tad. Just a little bit. But I think L28 should definitely take a trip over to the Greatest Escape. It's one of the only escape rooms here in the Antelope Valley, and yeah, we'll see who finds the most clues.
We'll see who escapes is the thing, right? That's how you win, right? You have to escape the room. Otherwise...
It's true. Well, let's escape these chairs. Thank you for tuning in to the City of Lancaster's news. I'm Angel.
And I'm Joseph, and this has been
L28 News.